Punch it. Oh my goodness, this thing's actually pretty quick. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over a 2021 Toyota Camry Hybrid. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray for giving me some time with this Camry. Check out the inventory and link below. Let's get into the video. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that's paired to a hybrid system and a CVT automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 44 around town and then 47 on the highway, with combined power outputs being 208 horsepower. Let's go over the front end of the hybrid Camry. So first off, I love the gray metallic paint on this particular car, but it looks just like any other Camry from the front end. So you still get the LED lights with the LED accent lights that kind of come down in a really cool fashion. Still get the normal Camry grille with chrome accenting around. You do have a change with the logo. There's some blue accenting on the logo, and that's how you know it is a hybrid. But other than that, you don't give up anything from a design perspective on the exterior. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 35mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then as for the rest of the wheel, it's a really cool design actually. So you've got the silver, which you guys can probably see pretty well. And then we actually do have some black spokes as well. So it just gives it a really cool kind of like modern design. We've got a hybrid badge here on the side. And then other than that, again, things are pretty simple. It's just like any other Camry. Now let's pop here into the trunk area with this Camry Hybrid so you guys can see all of the storage space here in the back. Got the Camry logo here on the mat here in the rear. And then other than that, if we come over here and pick this up, you guys can see everything that's underneath the kind of tool set if you ever get stuck on the side of the road. But yeah, other than that, storage space again is unchanged. Now let's finish things up here with the rear of the Camry Hybrid. So again, we've got the blue accenting on the Toyota logo to let you know it's a hybrid. And we do have an XLE hybrid badge. We've got the singular exhaust tip out the back. And we've got our signature Camry taillights. But again, other than the badging, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's a hybrid from the rear. Now here's the door panel in the back. Something I really like is how you've got the silver trim that goes to the door handle itself. I think that looks really good. And then you've got nice leather padding here. You're going to rest your arm. And then we've got the seats here in the back. So you've got these leather seats. And then notice that you've got the suede pinstripe right there. And then you've got the perforated leather in the center portion. Got some vents here for the back passengers. Some extra storage space as well. And then if we pop right here, you guys can see legroom is pretty solid here in the back, and then from a headlight perspective, pretty good as well. So overall, great. That's the back. Let's head to the front. Now let's go over the door panel here in the front. So again, we have that same cool design touch all the way to the door handle, and then again, leather padding down below. All of our window controls here with the mirror adjustment, and then we've got our Camry plaque. And then here are the seats in the front. So again, we've got the leather with that same little stripe, and then you've got the perfect leather in the center. The seats are power adjustable. And then here is the pedals just down below. And we've got that for the automatic lights. You've got the stability control. That's for the trunk, the gas cap release. And yeah, there's one more look before we pop in. I do need to mention with the gas cap release, it's not a plug-in hybrid, so there's just gas that you can fill this up with. So here's the steering wheel in the Camry. We've got really nice leather all around the steering wheel. We've got black stitching on the center portion. We've got a cruise control, lane departure assistance, and then that is for the radio, voice command, volume controls on the other side. And you guys can see center stack controls on that side. Got little stock there for the windshield wiper, turn signal / light stock. But yeah, that's everything for the steering wheel. Now here's the center gauge cluster. You've got analog gauges for your information on the hybrid system on the left side, and then a speedo over there on the right side. And then you do have a center screen which you can scroll through different bits of information with the Camry. Nothing too crazy. Interesting though with the fuel economy, but again, it's a brand new car, so it hasn't had time to get, you know, obviously accurate numbers. But yeah, definitely pretty cool to see the little gauge here on that side with the charge and the eco and the power. I just think it has a nice aesthetic to it. Here's our center infotainment system. First off, if we pop it into reverse, you guys can see we've got the backup camera with trajectory lines, and then we have that other viewpoint that you can go through with the camera. Now, aside from that, with the rest of the screen, response time with the buttons is really good, and then also response time with the infotainment system itself is also good. You can see, press it, and then happens right away. So overall, really easy to use, and it's nice that they give you a bunch of analog controls on the side, so you have shortcut buttons to any of the functions that you'd like to go into. I think that's just nice. Comes with the UBL sound system, which it has right there in the center. Got a couple of vents here, and then in the center is the hazard lights, dual zone climate. You can see I've got it all the way up because it is blisteringly hot today. And then we've got our little 12 volt right here with the USB, and then this does come with a wireless phone charger. It's just right here in front of the shifter for the CVT, and it does mimic having gears, so that's what that S with the plus and the minus is for. We have a couple different drive modes. So we've got our Eco, Normal, and Sport, and then we do have an EV mode as well, and then those will pop up here. So for example, you can see that I have it over in Sport mode, or I have it in Eco mode. Normal, it doesn't show anything, but yeah, just those buttons are right there. You've got your parking brake. Does have heated seats, some cup holders right there, and then here's the center console, which notice you can charge more devices. They've got nice leather here on the dash, and then they put like this random wood trim. Like there's no other wood trim in the entire interior except for right above the glove box right there. It's like the only piece. It's kind of interesting. And then you've got the glove box, and then finishing things here at the very top, we do have a sunroof here with the Camry. Controls for the sunroof just right there. Traditional mirror that has dimming function on it, and that's all for the top. So we've got the window sticker here for this Camry Hybrid. Feel free to freeze the frame if you want to read all of the standard equipment that this comes with. And then you guys can see the total MSRP before any type of market adjustment, $36,312. And wait for it, wait a little bit longer. Let's take it out and see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off here in this Camry Hybrid. So you guys can see visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off in 104-degree weather and see how this does. So setting off here in the Camry Hybrid. First off, let's talk about the road noise and ride quality. So from a ride quality perspective, one of the things that I love about the Camry is just the fact that it's so smooth. It definitely does have a luxury car feel to it from a ride quality perspective, and that's why it's such a popular daily driver. Obviously, the long-term reliability is great and the maintenance costs are low, but on top of that, it's just so comfortable to be in. It's obviously the AC is blasting, but if I turn the AC down, road noise is pretty quiet, tire noise pretty quiet, wind noise pretty much non-existent, and then again, it's very smooth. It just has this nice luxury feel, and then on top of that, the seats are very comfortable as well. These leather seats definitely have nice support to them, but then they're still soft enough that they've got this nice like plush feeling overall, and so it definitely again is a great daily driver. It's extremely comfortable. It's one of the most comfortable cars that you can drive. Anyways, let's kind of turn here and see. Doesn't handle any different than a regular Camry. Steering is still super light, super effortless. That is all the same, so nothing's changed there. But again, very comfortable, very nice car. Definitely feels more like a luxury car than anything else. And so if you kind of want that driving experience, just the Camry platform overall will give you that nice luxury car experience. We're going to go over these train tracks and see how it feels in the suspension. Always nice. Then we'll punch it. Oh my goodness, this thing's actually pretty quick. So this needs to be put in the Prius. Toyota, if you're watching this powertrain needs to be in the Prius, or we need to be able to have a Prius with this powertrain, because it feels so good. Like, again, this gets really good fuel economy. I mean, it's not as much as a Prius, but this is a bigger car. But if you put this powertrain in the Prius, it'd still be pretty much the same as what the Prius gets now. But just, yeah, for being a CVT, for being a hybrid, for only having 200 horsepower, it is actually pretty dang responsive. And it's 106 degrees now. Jeez. Could you get any hotter? Okay, I'm just kidding. Please don't. But yeah, really good from an acceleration standpoint. Better than what I expected. Again, you guys know I had the Prius for about a week, and that was the thing that I really didn't like about that car, is just the acceleration. Like, it just needed a little bit more. Whereas this, it feels like the right amount. It feels like the perfect amount. And again, it's still super economical with the fuel economy. So yeah, let's get into summing things up with the Camry. So from an exterior perspective, looks just like any other Camry other than the hybrid badges, which if you don't like the hybrid badges, you could easily take them off. So not an issue there. Aside from badge engineering, interior wise, I really like this interior. I think the random wood trim is random. Like, again, it's the only piece in the entire interior, and then there's nothing. It's just weird. So I think they should just take that out and then put more piano black trim, or just something other than random wood trim. But other than that, seats are great, infotainment system's great, just really nice car, comes with good standard safety tech, all of that is good. Now, aside from that, in terms of the driving, very comfortable, feels like a luxury car. Acceleration is actually really good, tons of torque off the line because you get that instant torque and horsepower from the electric motor. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, just overall, it's a great daily driver car. And unlike the Prius and unlike the Corolla, it actually has some oomph to it. So if you feel like those are a little bit lackluster from an acceleration standpoint and you want something that can actually get up to speed, I would definitely check out this Camry Hybrid. Now that's going to sum things up for our video on this 2021 Toyota Camry Hybrid. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray for giving me some time with this Camry. Check out their inventory link below. I'll see all of you in that next video.